this evening. Another look.
Well, you see Willie there. There's just a play, just an off-tackle type play between the guard and tackle. Willie has a chance to find a hole, accelerate.
Offside, defense, still third down.
We've been told
Second down, correct.
it's offside. We got a break there. A good job by the defensive end that time of crashing. He did a good job of charging from the left side, coming in and stopping Willie. The break there was the penalty for UCF.
The first penalty this evening against Troy State. With 9.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter, trailing by 3. Johnson pulls it down and runs out of bounds. At his 34-yard line, he'll lose a couple there. Excellent defense again by Troy State. Looked as if he was trying to hunt his tight end and Wuda somebody short. There was nothing there.
Was a play action type pass, just a bootleg going across. Could not find his tight end. Did the wise thing. Actually, he was looking as you bootleg, you put play action. He's looking downfield, trying to find the tight end now. Tight end's dragging across there. He's covered. Good coverage by the Troy State Trojans. Johnson did the best thing, ran out of bounds.
Wuda lines up to the bottom of your picture, and I set with Thau and English on 3rd and 5. Play action to English. Looking, and now scrambling to the 32 and bounces backwards. A big hit by Greg Brake. He flattened Johnson. And it's 4th down.
Well, they're going to bring Gorella, the kicker, in now to attempt a, again, as Tom Peters was telling us, a different type of field goal this year. And this is the one we were talking about, with the hash marks being so wide and the goalpost being narrow. The angle, how much it will have an effect on the kicking game.
Franco Grillo, an exceptional kicker. His best last year was a 50 yards, the junior from Miami. This is right on the 50-yard distance. With leg, but off to the left. Narrowly missed it. And Troy State has held. And I will say one thing about these men from Troy, Alabama. They will hit you, as UCF has found out early. 8:34 remaining in the first quarter. Troy State 3. And UCF nothing. If you're just joining us, a poor quarterback center exchange dropped by Ron Johnson deep in UCF territory was recovered by Troy State. 4 plays later, a 31-yard field goal by the Trojans' Matt Stone. And we had our first score of 1991. Starting at his own 33-yard line, Rush Young, the sophomore, with an eye set. Took a while. Pitches it. Coleman with daylight to the 40. Dances outside at midfield. The 45 rolled out of bounds at the 42-yard line of Central Florida. He can dart and change directions. And the junior from Thomasville, Georgia, dashes for 25 yards.
Excellent acceleration. Once he got to the outside, he did a good job of setting up his block. He made a little move to the inside, Paul, bounced back outside. When he went outside, he had a little bit of a seam there. His quickness, able. Now, we'll watch it here. Steps inside, and watch him sprint outside. There's the little move, froze, hose apple, and got outside.
Scott Ariel came all the way over to make the stop. The linebacker. 1st and 10. The 47. The left side, that hole wasn't there this time for Coleman. David Nelson, a sophomore outside linebacker from Port Orange, Florida, on the tackle. He plays behind Bob Spitulski, the senior All-American, number 56. And Spitulski has been battling a hamstring problem this week. And it really handcuffs a team not to have a player, even though Nelson has ability, obviously, not to have a player the caliber of Spitulski on the field. 2nd down, a long 7 for Troy State. The second man in Coleman makes 1 miss, but not 2. He may have a yard. Vic Taylor, the sophomore inside linebacker, in his first start for UCF, number 49, credited on the stunt.
Good penetration by UCF, and Taylor did a good job of finding the guy who has the ball and was able to make the tackle and keep it from being a big game. As you see here, look at Clifford Cole get upfield, forces him to step back inside. Now watch Vic Taylor come right there from his linebacker position and does a good job of stopping it from becoming a big game.
The wide receiver, William Covington, to the near side left, Jeff Ball to the far side right. For the first time this evening, Young operates out of the shotgun. The play clock winding down. He just got it away. Over the middle. Caught by Reggie Dwight for a first down, the tight end. Inside the 30 to the 29-yard line, the first catch of a Troy State career for the monstrous 262-pound Reggie Dwight out of Cordelia, Georgia. Hamilton knocked him down. Nelson helped out. Look at this guy.
You see the quarterback looking for the tight end on a quick drag there. This is a big tight end. They think he can be a preseason All-American, has a future in the pros.
The first completion tonight for Troy State. They continue to march. The fullback and David McCombs is sworn as a flag hits the screen grass to the 28-yard line.
Paul, if I could talk about Reggie one more time, a little bit more. This is a young man that is 6'4", 5", 260 pounds, blocks like a tackle, runs like a tight end. He is what they call a premier tight end. The kid, Eric Green from Liberty, same type of mold.
Offside, defense, second down.
The Knights lining up in the neutral zone. Their second penalty this evening. It's cost them 10 yards. We have 6:10 remaining in the first quarter. Hope you're enjoying a warm August evening of college football. Mother Nature's been kind, huh? Lovely evening here in Orlando. But for UCF, the scoreboard at the moment looks dark and stormy. Trailing by 3. Everyone bunched in tightly, and the fullback in McCombs fights his way for what looks to be a first down. Inside the 20 to the 19-yard line, that 205-pounder. Scott Ariel, the linebacker, number 10 right there in the middle of your picture, made the tackle. He's a player, is he not? 24 stops a year ago in reserve duty, 6 feet tall. Ariel?
Well, he's having to fill some big shoes in Boss Patowski, another preseason All-American choice for UCF, a kid that everybody thinks has a future in the pros.
It is a first down. 5.5 minutes remaining in period number 1, and the tailback gets the call. Coleman, he got outside quickly and is inside the 20, inside the 15, falls forward to the 13-yard line. His lateral quickness, Gary, is what impresses me. He's already popped one for 25 yards. This time, it's a 5-yard game.
Well, your scat backs, as they call them, have got to have the ability to be able to find that hole and find it quick. And you've got to be able to dart left, right, a lot of times when you're running like that. And the accelerated speed is a difference whether you pick up 2 yards or 5 yards. Coleman has showed us that he has great quickness so far early in this game.
It's a gain of 6 rather than 5, setting up 2nd and 4 at the UCF 13. Quite a march. Young rolls, throws. His tight end has it for a touchdown. Reggie Dwight. Touchdown, Troy State. He was open. Young put it there perfectly in the mountain of a man, and Reggie Dwight falls into the end zone for 6.
Well, he was lined up on the left, had a bootleg, roll out to the right. The quarterback was able to find this big target. Now watch right here as the quarterback dropping straight back. He's looking for one man. That's the tight end. Now watch Reggie Dwight right there. I was watching as Eric Buckley had him coming all the way across. Eric got tied up, but he literally, Dwight knocked over a linebacker getting to the ball. Awesome size.
Stone to add the point after out of the hold of the wide receiver Lance Sasser. Well, a little right, but still through the uprights. Good. 4:40 to go in quarter number 1, and the number 11 team in America has its eyes open in surprise. It trails by 10 as Troy State has come to town and leads 10-0. We'll be back.
I hope when people see Subway, bells go off and they think, good sandwich. We don't deep fry or freeze dry. Everything's fresh. Each morning, I slice tomatoes, onions. I even bake the bread. These days, people think a lot about what food to eat. Nothing's more honest than a good sandwich. So if the body's a temple, this is the place to come when the temple gets hungry.
For 25 years, Subway has quietly made some of the best sandwiches anywhere, starting at $1.69. For more information, visit the Subway near you.
With Tom Peters on the sideline and the former Florida State Seminole and NFL standout tight end Gary Perry up in the booth. I'm Paul Kennedy, and these guys have played like a perfect 10, and they lead 10-0 in Troy State. Stone, who just added the extra point, sends it tumbling end over end. And it bounces out of bounds at the 2-yard line. I thought it went out of bounds. Whittemore did, came back in and fielded it. And then he is knocked down at his own 13-yard line by O'Neal Yates for Troy State. A funny bounce to it, as if it was going out of bounds and then skewed back in toward play.
Whittemore was watching the ball. He thought it was going to go out of bounds, which was a wise thing to do. But the ball hit, and like a little chip shot, it bounced back as we watch it here. Bounce back. He takes it right there. Now he does the best thing he can do is get it upfield. That's a live ball, free ball, and he does a good job of getting it back upfield. Good hard-hit kid. I like him.
Whittemore, 3 returns for 46 yards in the first quarter alone. 1st and 10 for Johnson and company with Thau and English in his backfield. English for 5 off the left side. Singleton, the strong safety, made the stop. Let's check in with Tom. Tom?
No. Guys, tonight's got a real tough break there on the kickoff. Mark Whittemore had no choice. The ball bounced about 6 feet from the sidelines, 6 feet from the end zone, had to pick it up and just go with it and make the best of it. Real tough break for the Knights. That's why they're in the field position they are.
Tommy looks a little warm down there, Gary. It must be hotter down there than it is up here. They call it a gain of 7 for English. It's 2nd down. 3 yards to go. Foul. Maybe a yard. Tough going in the middle. And big number 99 and Vincent Green, who is there along with the linebacker Antoine Carr, a 220-pound junior from Valdosta, Georgia. For Thau last year, he played sparingly behind Perry Belasis, the 3rd leading rusher, and it's his turn to be the varsity fullback for Gene McDowell.
He's a good hard-nosed runner, good disciplined kid. Does a good, like the things you need a fullback to do, and that's block and tote the ball when you call upon him.
Trying to convert on 3rd and needing a yard. English. I don't know. There is not much on the inside.
Well, if we get the spot that one official's given us, it looks pretty good, but you never know how they're going to come up at our angle.
Johnson watching with the rest of us. And the officials will stop the clock with 3:02 showing and bring the sticks on from the far side.
Very close, very close. The main thing here UCF needs to do is get themselves, they're not out of this ball game by no means, and Mike Kruczek, the offensive coordinator, knows that, and Coach McDowell knows that. The main thing is try to establish your running game. Get a little bit of confidence. I believe they're going, they just did get it, too. Boy, I tell you, I don't think I've ever seen it that close before.
That was narrow, was it not?
Well, we'll take it. Doesn't matter how close or how far. We'll take it.
Speaking of narrow, these two teams with a hard-fought, narrow verdict last year, won by Central Florida 16-10, when the man who just earned the first down in English scored the winning touchdown with 45 seconds to go in the game. The Knights on opening night are going to have to work just as hard this year, and they blow the snap count. Alex Goforth. That's a surprise. The strong side tackle, the 300-pounder.
Dead ball foul.
Cost him
False
5.
start. Offense, still 1st down.
Well, the good thing about that, you saw how quick Alex came off the ball. That's a good sign. The bad thing was I would have hated to have been the Trojans sitting over there taking that lick. I guarantee he wasn't clapping.
Goforth is a 4-year starter for Gene McDowell. Cooper to the far side. Dickinson to the near side, right for that man in Johnson, who pitches to English. English hit in the backfield and has to fight for a yard or 2. A swarming Trojan defense holds him to a gain of a couple. It's 3rd and long for UCF.
The linebackers for the Trojan are doing a good job of scraping across and doing a lateral movement. They're able to force Willie back inside or force him wide. The corners are coming up, doing a good job so far. They're keying Willie English. They know that Willie is a talent they've got to stop. They want to see Ron Johnson throw the ball, and they want to challenge him in that part of the game.
A gain of 2. Well, it's 2nd and 11 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 1 and trailing 10-0. Play action for Johnson. Under pressure, he throws upfield and has it caught for a big gainer. Dickinson breaks across the 45 and up to the 46-yard line. Mike Dickinson, the junior from Miami, hauls in the big gainer for a first down. Wheeler, the cornerback, on the stop, but not before he picked up 23 yards.
Well, you see Ron Johnson looking here. It's a square in.